Okay, so this is what we are going to do. We are going to start Saturday, 9 o'clock in the morning. We will be out together to know each other, and we are going to talk about the history of yoga, how it started, when, who were the people who first conceived the idea of creating this wonderful, marvelous, timeless spiritual school that we are in. We are going to cover from the Vedic times to the first scriptures, the Upanishads, a little bit, and we go all the way to make clear what we are going to do and what we are doing when someone calls himself a yogi, or when you are practicing yoga. Do you really know what you are doing? Do you really know how it started? Are you interested in knowing the roots, the source of all this? Once you have all this integrated in your being, you are yoga anywhere you go, and doesn't matter the school, the teacher, where you are, you have your own practice and you go through your own practice. And this is what we are going to transmit. It's going to be a talk of 1 hour 20, 1 hour 30 minutes more or less, and we have a break until 11 o'clock, when we come back and we start the first Hatha Yoga class, which is going to be focus in precision, focus, breath, strength. It's going to be a class about the basics, the eternal basics of asana practice. We are going through the asanas one by one. I intend to go through about 35 to 40 asanas during the weekend, but it all depends on how the group goes. All levels, it doesn't matter if you are experienced or a beginner, it doesn't matter, because the basics are always the basics. Even for the most advanced teacher of yoga, he needs to review the basics. Sometimes we may spend 10 minutes in one asana. I go through each one of you, watching your feet, your legs, your hands, your gaze, your breath. Everything will be covered, and we are also going to talk about the energy bodies that we have, about the energetic work that actually happens during the asana practice. A very special class is going to end about 1 o'clock, when we have a break for lunch. We go to have our lunch together, vegetarian food. We come back at 2 o'clock on Saturday, and we are going to talk about what is Kundalini, what is this thing people call Kundalini meditation, how does it work? Is this something really so impossible? How it is? We are going to go through the energy body one more time. I am going to talk a little bit about the chakras, about what is, actually what is. And we are going to do initiation on Kundalini meditation during this class. That is going to be around from 2 to 3:30 more or less. This is the time I plan. We have a second break for tea, for pee, for water, for refreshing, for go around, and then we come back for the second Hatha Yoga class, where we are going to give a continuation to what we started in the morning. It's going to be a class to make sure you get the basics to do your own asana practice anywhere, all the time. This class is going to go until about 6 o'clock, 6:30. We have the third break for tea, for water, to go around, and we come back to close the day, Saturday evening, with a yoga nidra session of 1 hour and 20 minutes, 1 hour and 10, astral projection, where I am going to take all of you to a state of complete understanding and openness to absorb everything that we are transmitting during the course. I use techniques of neurolinguistic programming, hypnotherapy, subliminal messaging. It's a great, wonderful yoga nidra that I am used to do already for some time. In the end of this day, when we finish the yoga nidra, I am going to give you some of the written material I have, the manual of the course, a few pages that I would like you to read when you go to your place to sleep, to read and meditate on it a little bit and sleep. Because on the next day, Sunday in the morning, again 9 o'clock, we are together to talk about devotion, Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna, Lord Rama, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga. What is all this about? What is the connection it has with our own modern life in the West, in Europe? Is it anything to do with my personal journey in life? It's going to be an introduction to yoga philosophy, to Hindu philosophy. We are going to start questioning many things and to understand the phenomenon that yoga is becoming today for being literally dominating the world. Yoga is everywhere in the world. It's not only the Indian yogis anymore. And this was known for a long time that this was going to happen. Because all this already happened 1,000 years ago, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years ago it happened. We are going to explore all this for 1 hour and a half when we are going to start the third Hatha Yoga class on Sunday about 11 o'clock, and we go further in our practice that we started Sunday and Monday. We started on Saturday morning and afternoon. We are going through the asanas. We are going to check to make sure we can do the best we can. This class also is going until 1 o'clock Sunday. We have a break for our lunch together with a lot of happiness and joy and a lot of things being shared and learned by both sides. We come back. We come back at 2 o'clock for a conversation about philosophy, yoga philosophy, about another kind of meditation where you ask, you question, but you are not expecting the answer. We are going to talk about what is this? Who am I? What am I doing? How can I realize what is actually happening within and without me? It's going to be a talk where we are going to discuss a little bit about the nature of the material world, the nature of illusion, of our passions or desires. This is already an exploration on the many layers of our being that we are going to go through. And the second meditation of the weekend also about the same subject. When we finish, we have another break for tea, for water, to go out a little bit, to breathe, to breath. And we come back for the fourth Hatha Yoga class where we are going to finish what we started on Saturday. We are going to complete the 35 asanas or more. We are going to make sure there is no doubts about our own personal practice. What I want is that all of you keep going on with your own practice, with any teacher, any style, anywhere. Once you have the fundamentals inside you, you can go anywhere. When we finish this class, another break. It will be already Sunday around 6 o'clock. And we come back for the second astral projection session, the second yoga nidra. We are going to do 1 hour and a half again, where we are going to enclose everything we learned and make sure the information sinks in our unconscious in our genetics, to make sure everything was absorbed and understood and will be recalled. We are going to do a very special closing to our weekend, and when we finish we have a break. We can go for dinner. This is already around 8 o'clock probably on Sunday, and then we come back depending where we are, depending on the conditions. We decide together if we are going to do a section of questions and answers, a satsang. I would love to do it. I think it's important, where we can make questions and have clarified some of the things we didn't understand, and we keep connected. I am going to India very soon, and I hopefully we keep our connection, our practice, we go on, and I see you next time. Thank you.